I don't know how to go in with the comments. Cancel.
So
Oh, I am
you
live.
are streaming. There's nobody there.
But there's nothing going. Oh, I am streaming.
That's why, because there's no comments.
Okay.
I mean, what's your channel?
So anyone watching, yeah, we'll be starting soon. We're just working out some technicalities. I don't know, Cory. I think the open way non-duality. Cory. I don't even know. That's someone in a little way.
Yeah, I know. It's.
Hang in there, guys. There's going to be people are going to be showing up soon. A handful of people, and we should have some YouTube live audience as well.
Oh well, can't quite find it.
So now, I did it once, and I can't do it again. Now, if I go in from just a link.
Well, I was going to try to leave a comment, but I still can't find your channel. What?
Cory Bright.
Maybe I'll just look for Cory Bright
Non-duality.
on
I have 2 channels, so.
Oh, okay. Let's
hopefully.
see which one you're on.
Oh, there we are. Comments.
Oh, perfect.
Visitry, hello. But I can't comment. Where do I?
There it is. Cory Bright. Oh, there you are. Yeah. Okay. I'll leave a comment.
I'm getting comments now. How do I comment?
Okay. Let me see. See, for you to comment from the phone, I don't know
Right.
if it's even. You do it here, maybe? Well, that's weird.
That's my.
You can just comment verbally because they can hear you.
Yeah, if I have to.
Yeah.
I want to.
Oh, see, yeah, here we go.
I want to put it in there. Donations. Maybe you'll do it.
There we go.
Donations welcome.
Yeah. That's a good idea. With your PayPal. Yeah, see, you can just talk.
Okay. In the meantime, I want to try to find it if I can, but. Well, that doesn't look nice with the table in front.
Afterwards, I think you can go in and edit, trim the video, and just cut off all this dead space in the beginning.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
All right. But I do want to make it amenable so people who are watching live.
Right now, yeah.
Right now,
And
yeah.
when it's done, you can go in and use the edit function and just trim it to where the action starts.
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
I don't know why. He needs this for his phone. Why can he put his phone up there?
It might be too wide a shot. I guess he could zoom. Yeah, so
For those of you just tuning in, we'll be starting soon. No, is your phone okay up here?
Oh yeah, so I just tried. I can do it right here.
Oh, okay.
Leaning on the basket.
All right, and you
or
want to?
you could set it up here if you want.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you want it closer to the side. I don't know if this is high enough for you, but like you could lean in.
Ooh, thanks.
You might just move wherever it needs to go.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
Nice shot. Assuming it's stable. I can get another book to pop it from the front if you want.
Oh no, I got it.
You got it? Yeah, thank you. Sure.
Perfect. Yeah, right here.
And as we're setting up in the meantime, anyone feels called to donate. Not that that's the priority, but be free to donate. My comment section is not working, so you could donate at my email via PayPal. A little hard to understand, and I'll probably put it somewhere on the YouTube channel and the Facebook page. But for now, my email is eeetznab@aol.com. I'll give mention to that later.
I'm gonna call
Is it warm?
No. It's
Oh,
perfect.
good.
Yeah.
I just got to settle down.
Yeah, it's a lot.
The lighting's really not good. It's a little dark.
Hey, Jamie.
That does happen with the light reflecting from behind. Yeah, you get that.
That's why sometimes it's good to have that camera right out there.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Did you see the first?
Oh, I have this. I wonder if this will work.
Oh, you got that light? You get to put it closer.
Up close.
Yeah, where Jim was.
There's an outlet. Yeah, right.
There's one here.
There's one.
Oh yeah, okay, exactly where Jim was. Yeah. All right, cool. Alright, cool. Here, that's more like 2 people. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I know, right? Not popular.
It's the message, not the messenger.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Might be spitting in the wind with that light,
Hmm.
but
It doesn't seem to help much. But, all right.
Yeah, she's 10 minutes away, but I just told her that it's on the first floor. She came to see Jim, so she knows where it is.
Okay, great. Whew. I'm surprised, like the other guys, the crew. Nancy, who is it?
Ben and Tej. Tej is singing Tony Parker.
Tej is actually singing Tony Parsons as we speak, I think.
here in town?
No, in London. He went to London. One of the guys in the group.
That's awesome.
And what's her name? Jane.
Oh, yeah, where's Jane?
She said she was going to come. Yeah.
Oh, I should have talked to her because I could have brought her over here. I think she might have needed a ride.
Ooh.
I'm not too sure. But
All right.
Is Tony still active?
I don't see him as active in my periphery, and I'm pretty much on the pulse of this stuff. But I think he does sporadically still.
Do you know Lisa Lennon?
I know everybody.
I just
Yeah.
her book that day.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I just talked to her actually. She's a sweetie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lives on like an island in the Irish Sea. And, yeah, just,
I love her. She's cool.
yeah, she's really a good expressor.
Yeah. She stopped speaking, right?
She's what?
She stopped speaking?
Yeah, she pretty much said this is not what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she doesn't really do much
Mm-hmm.
except for her art, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting, the life cycle of a speaker.
It is.
Because often I mean, I've seen it all, and I've seen it morph into different things.
Yeah.
Even you, not,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to
I'm
predict
I'm a click away from turning it all off.
that.
Yeah.
And also it morphs sometimes. Sometimes it's very direct and radical.
Right.
And then other times I'll find you going into the story, and it kind of wavers back and forth. But I understand nothing's essentially lost.
That's right. It's all the same
Regardless.
expression. Yeah. It is funny. Yeah. Sometimes there's a radical thing that arises where it's like, what?
You could just see clearly. It just,
Yeah, and you're just like, why are we even
I know.
word in this way? And then other times it's like, oh, but there's a compassionate response to this. People are suffering, and there's like something they want in that space that can help. And it did help me, apparently. But then it's like, did it? It's really interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
I have my own. We'll talk about it
Yeah,
sometime.
that'd be fun. Yeah.
And if you want to set up Jim Newman, yeah, for sure. That would be great if you could interview him. I'll set it up if you want. Jim Newman,
Oh, Jim Newman, that'd be fun.
I'll set it up.
Yeah, that'd be really
All
fun.
right.
If we could do it in my studio, it'd be even more
In
high-level
person?
stuff. Yeah. He's doing
or
it on
Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't love Zoom.
me neither.
Yeah, it's like I've done those and
I'm trying to get things, I think it's going to wave back into in person, even though people are amazingly stuck on Zoom, even for like meditations and stuff. They do it all on Zoom.
I know.
And, but I think the way it's going to just, yeah, they're going to get saturated. They're going to miss the personal element,
Exactly.
you know.
There's high bandwidth body language that happens in person.
Yeah, so, all right, we're getting ready to start here. I can't even zoom in on this, really. Yeah.
Must be that way, yeah. Do you know Suzanne Chang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know her. I saw her on your show too
Yeah,
once.
yeah, she's a
And of course, our friend Angela.
Be careful
That
with
yeah, right. Never mind. We laugh in the most empathetic way. It's a good laugh. It's different. As we say, everyone has their own context.
Everyone's their own.
He's a good inroad. A lot of people love him, you know.
He's cracked so many
Yeah.
intractable nuts.
And it just opens the door, apparently. Yeah, so this is probably the best quality video for those of you tuning in. It's clear enough. Oh, I wish I could zoom it. It could be for anything, yeah.
Imagine someone walking in, and I was in the middle of talking, and just hearing what's being said.
It's like the beginning of some kind of horror show, you know, with the door squeaking. And that's what non-duality is for some, a horror show. Apparently.
So this is what's happening.
Here we go. I think they're having music auditions upstairs.
Oh, upstairs.
Yeah, that's why I moved down here.
So non-duality. I mean, it's just the word. It's just, there really isn't non-duality. So what it says is not two. You know, not one, because one is something. So this is not a thing. No thing, nothing happening. So what seems to happen around this message, there's an energy of being me, being a person. And that energy experiences itself as being the center inside the skin, located. Like the skin is my boundary and everything else, the world is out there. And what can happen, that energy can hear what's being said. They can't really hear it, but it'll turn it into something else. Like, oh, non-duality, so that's something that I can be, that I can become, that one day I'll realize, and then I'll get there. That's the whole life of that energy. That energy is what's next. It's a movement. It's a sense of becoming. It's always on the move. What's next? What's next? That's all it does. It's a contracted energy in the body that seems to be doing this. Here is mostly in the chest area, but it's throughout the whole body. It's a restlessness. It's a discontent. But another thing that happens around these meetings is it seems like, when it's heard by the person, that we're talking about, we want to get rid of that. That the goal is for there to be no contracted energy. But what's being said is that energy, that experience of being a person, is wholeness, is this appearing as someone, appearing as a me living in the world. That is freedom. That is this. Nothing ever changes. If that seems to go, nothing changes, because having that experience or not having that experience is the same thing. It is wholeness either way, so it makes no difference. All there is this boundless energy. All there is this freedom. And that is what happens. There's nothing else outside of what happens. Jim used to say, show me something else. There is nothing else. Memories are this, feelings, thoughts. Anything that arises is this. You can pull out a phone. Look, a picture, I took that yesterday, but that's this. It's a hand appearing, grab a cell phone, showing a picture. It's never anything outside of this. Memory arising, oh, I remember that. That's this. There is nothing outside of what happens. There is only what happens.
So a whole apparent reality arises out of this immediacy that appears to be time and everything that we identify and think ourselves. But if we honored the mystery, so to speak, that we are, we would see it in its raw directness that you're speaking, right?
Yeah, and there is only raw directness.
Yeah.
That experience of not being raw direct is raw direct.
Right.
It's having that experience that it's not. And it's a feeling, a sense of being limited. It's it feels like it lost something. That's the core. Like I lost home. That's what it felt like. It just something's missing. Something you can't put your finger on is missing. And that's I feel that Garden of Eden story or whatever. I think that fits perfectly as a story. You know, eating from the tree of knowledge, being kicked out of paradise, but nothing returns. No one returns. What can become obvious is that there never is anyone. So that's where words kind of it fails, because nothing really falls away. In the falling away, it was revealed that it never was. There never is a seeker. There's not a seeker. There will never be a seeker.
That's funny. A seeker is, a seeker, I mean, I didn't know that I'd be sharing this much, but a seeker is a learned idea within the mystery in the moment. Isn't that right? I mean, what is a seeker?
It's more than an idea. It's a lived, embodied sense of being a seeker.
I get that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
But I'm saying, what is a seeker? It just dissolves, even the word seeker, even the feeling of seeker.
yeah.
We don't know what that is. That's just a conceptual feeling, body feeling orientation that, and as a very deep conditioning,
Yeah.
so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, the shock is that there is no seeker. There never is a seeker. It can feel that way, but there never is a real person seeking in time and space, actually moving somewhere, heading somewhere else. It's an energetic dream. It's an energetic, lived, embodied sense of moving through time and space. That never happens. No one's moving through time and space. It is obvious when there is only what happens, there is only what appears. And this is what's appearing. This word's coming out, sitting, that's what's appearing. Camera. Oh. You can see why this message is so unpopular.
Even there's a subtle tendency to say, isn't that a loop? You know, and I know that's another idea laid onto this, but I could see clearly, in a sense, what you're sharing. I mean, it's even obvious to the mind if you look at it directly, not even the orientation, the visceral, but it still begs the question, am I landing somewhere? You know, this is what the mind does, and it's a closed loop because you're saying there's nothing else but this, what arises, but it feels more vast than just to say it in the sense that, oh, this is it, you know. But if I look at directly, when you share that, I can't find anything else but this. Yeah, so it's a little.
Even the looking is it. Even the
Yeah.
everything else is it.
Oh, okay. And I can't, you know, the illusion, and that's already a default about who I think I am, can't land anywhere, even where you're sharing. All that could arise here is sort of like a heartfelt tuning in, and then whatever comes to the fore is obvious, comes to the fore.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
and what's obvious here is that there is no people, there is no separate people, even if there's an experience of being
Obvious to you.
in the skin.
Yeah.
No, there just never is anyone.
Yeah.
There just never is anyone. Even that experience of being someone is not someone. It's just that.
And that's what's so remarkable, sorry to keep interrupting, is in the apparent dream, there's you, that it's obvious to you, and here that it's not potentially, it's obvious here sometimes, it comes in waves, right? For you, the obviousness is, and this is in the story, is predominant, and that's what's so drawn. You could feel a difference in the dream between a sharer where it's obvious within the dream that predominantly there's no one here, there's no separation, you know? And that's loved because you could feel that clarity, you know? But in the dream, there's all kinds of apparent levels, like intellectual or feeling oriented, or sometimes it feels like somewhere in between, you know, and all that. And that's all the dream, but it feels like a distinct difference, like the speakers that I host. There's something that's obvious and predominant there. It doesn't even have to be conceptually thought about. It's just obvious.
Yeah.
And I'm just making a statement.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay.
I was going to say something and left. But even in the dream, understanding the concepts sometimes can be relaxing.
I agree.
Remember
I totally.
It was just even though it was that energy that grabbed a hold of it, it's, you know, like it understood the concept, still something can be touched.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear that because I'm constantly advocating, so to speak, but I'm not really. You've heard me say this numerous times, and I'm not making an argument for it. I'm just putting it into a context. I call it liberation within the dream.
Oh, you have said that.
Many times.
Yeah, you have.
And for the radical ones, it's very black and white. You know, I mean, it's either you're buying into the story or not.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
There could be a relief for that separate sense.
Yeah.
Even just understanding what's being said.
Yeah.
Here in the story, this was tortured by that sense of being someone. And when it even just heard the message conceptually, it was still brought about some type of relief. Because it felt that everything this was doing was wrong. You know, somehow it was just, it's not okay. It could be better, and blah, blah, blah. And that whole sense started to unravel.
Yeah. Because subtly, it's making it dualistic. It just defaults to dualistic. Even liberation defaults to a sort of duality. And if it's looked at very directly, that dissolves, so to speak. And you can't even say dissolves.
It's very misleading.
Yeah.
Saying liberation.
Yeah.
It really makes it seem, it's like the seeker, that energy can get a hold of it, and it feels like it's something to reach to get, and there will be liberation one day. But this is liberation. Everything that's happening is liberation.
The delusion is liberation.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the liberation is the carrot that hangs in front of the delusion and dances, and it's all fine.
It's all of it, yeah.
But you're absolutely, my experience too was that these conceptual shifts in understanding polished this character enough that it was like, oh, there is a potential relief. And in a sense, it supercharged the seeking.
Yeah, that could happen too.
Yeah, but that helped it to burn through a little faster, maybe. I mean, that's the story too.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. In the end, what's funny, or not funny actually, but in the end, everything that seemed to happen in that dream, all the loosening, the revelations, the aha, none of them happened.
Yes, that it's shocking.
Yeah.
Especially if you talk to someone who's still going through it,
Yeah.
they look at you like you're absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Which I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as that, a story jumps out as a story. It's just it's so obvious. And so you hear Jim Newman, you don't have to think about anything. You could just feel the identity and the element of where sharing is coming from, you know. So.
Resonance.
Oh, resonance. Yeah. But it's just so obvious, like you were speaking obvious. When someone, I can't even put it that way because it's dream. But when a story is being said and it's conceptual and with the directness of this, it's, I mean, there's no reason to search. It's just here. It's just seen at that point.
There's nothing
Okay.
to get.
Right.
Like, what are you going to get? What are you going to hold on to? There's nothing to grab.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can be held on to. Everything just flows right through.
And so this sharer is always default to their identity, and that's the whole gig. The ones that are in a group that share, like with Jim Newman and all, it's just simple. It's very black and white. They're always defaulting to an idea of themselves or an identity, and that's it. And he's just calling it out constantly. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like the seeking energy, you can see it as like a sharp energy trying to get, and it hits nothing, or it meets nothing.
Hmm.
It gets confronted by space.
Wow.
And it just can't. It can't. Where's it gonna go?
And the I'm talking a lot, I'm sorry. The free fall of it is the wisdom of it, isn't it? In a way. Like not land, and you can't even say not landing anywhere, but it's sort of like the default free fall that just sees without even trying to see, kind of.
That's all there is.
Yeah. It's almost antithetical to what the identity would think, that it's going to get something or attain something. The very wisdom is just, it's sort of a trust, but not really, you know. You hear all these words, trust, surrender, and all that.
In the
Free
story
fall.
here, it felt like trust, but
It's not even that.
it did feel like trust.
Sometimes there's laughter, right?
Yeah.
When it's seen, like it's obvious.
That is all it.
Yeah.
Every movement that's done, that's ever happened is this.
Hmm.
That's amazing release. Like that is release, that is belief. And nothing could have been any other way. Nothing could be any other way.
The dentist drilling a tooth is this.
Yeah.
Teeth flying everywhere, pain.
Yeah.
That's this.
All of
It can't be other.
it. Yeah.
There's no need for it to be other.
Yeah.
And every insight you've ever had about it is another this. It means nothing.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I lost it again. I was going to say something.
And who cares, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The sufferings that is happening to me, that is all of it. Pain is just pain. But something as simple as, I hurt my wrist. If that simple hurt my wrist is happening to me, it's put in the context of me, my life, my story, where I'm going, what I'm going to do. It's just put in this file cabinet, and it just intensifies the pain. Because it's happening to someone. Pain is just pain. And it's just something about it when, like sensation is like, when it's not happening to anyone, it's just, it's already not happening to anyone, but yeah, there's no context to this. This isn't coming from somewhere. Me experiences like a conveyor belt or it moving, and this is a part of its bigger picture, and it has all these boxes, and it's so complicated. It just can't let what's happening be what's happening because it's the death of it. It has to be in there tinkering with things, messing with things. I mean, but that's his function. So what can also sound, in these meetings, it can sound like that's bad, or that's wrong. You know, like, oh, me's doing this, it's doing that, and, you know, it's horrible. That is its function, and that is horrible. There's no one in here that does that. It's impossible for someone to be inside, even logically, someone to be inside a body. You know, you do a scan, what is there, a heart, organs, where's
So somehow, and awareness is doing this apparency. I mean, there's no one here, so to speak, and it just arises that there's identities and there's apparent identities and this whole play, which is really remarkable in and of itself, this whole unfolding of who we think we are and the connections and all that, that just appears. Yeah. It's remarkable that it took that route. It's just weird. It's just so surreal. Yeah. God.
You said root, I gotta say that.
It's not even that. Yeah.
It's just immediacy. It's what's
It appears.
It's what's being seen. It's just seeing sensations and breathing.
I can't find awareness, I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
It's just these appearances.
Yeah.
Even that's, and the minute you say it, it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Awareness, in a sense, it is the person. It is separation. It's like, oh, I'm awareness. You know, it's like,
I'm the witness.
I'm the witness. Yeah. It wants to survive, pretty much. I think it just wants to survive. And it feels like awareness is the best way for it to survive. That way, I'm awareness, I'm everywhere. I'm absolute.
Absolutely.
Eternal. Yeah. Here it's like permission that that energy, it doesn't have to continue. It doesn't need to keep pushing. It's not needed. It's not needed. This is innocent. It's completely innocent. Completely innocent. Completely innocent.
And the resistance to it is that same
Yeah.
movement,
Yeah.
trying to make it other.
Yeah.
You know.
Here it was kind of game over when it became clear that even the resistance, even the just everything that was arising was wholeness, and it was kind of like, you know?
That's it. That's the final one.
Yeah.
That's this. That's this too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's adorable.
Like you can't say where seeing happens. There's just seeing.
Mhm.
You know, you can't say where does it start, where does it end. It's just this position of seeing. And that's unknowable. Love is unknowable. This is love.
Mm.
Love can't be known. This is that. This is what's longed for. Is no step is needed. No movement is needed. Nothing needs to happen. Nothing needs to happen. It's all it. The longings for the end of that movement, of need for something else to happen. It's just a longing for that to end. That longing is not for getting something else. Getting is you want to hold on to it after you get it, or you're scared of losing it. It's just it's a never ending just. And no one actually has anything. Having is just knowing. It's like having a car, that's my car. It's just knowing it's your car. You can't actually possess something. You can't actually have it. That whole energy of knowing is the energetic dream of having things belonging. And that's attention. That's attention. In the story of Zabi, all the suffering was the need to know. It was just that need to know. It was just knowing. questioner, it becomes obvious that there's not a question because there's no one to question. Everything just arises. Yeah. So, it's kind of how life is. It's like it arises, it's gone, it's gone. Being, feeling separate, it's kind of like it's happening here. It's all happening to this. You know?
Yeah. But we've all been in audiences where there is that sense.
Yeah. Listen to me, I have something.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna let you know.
That's right. But usually what's said is, I don't have anything that you don't have. But what's transmitted is, listen to me because
Mm-hmm.
I have something you don't have.
Yeah.
Which is natural, I think, from that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. It's also good, it's also innocent, but it can feel uncomfortable for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that energy is like a dis-ease.
Mm.
It's, seems like it.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
a restlessness, discomfort.
Seems like most people don't notice it.
It's a standard operating system.
Yeah.
Yeah. We call it boredom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people want it
Mm-hmm.
at a certain stage.
Want the disease?
No, it's where they are.
Mm.
It's them.
It's them. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yes, it's,
Yeah. Yeah, I think here certainly it was wanted, that restlessness.
Yeah,
Jumping
yeah.
out of the skin.
Yeah.
Sense of it.
Before it started to unravel, or while it was unraveling, it was obvious that I didn't want it to go.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. You're doing everything subtly and unsubtly to stop that.
It was me, and it was safety.
It feels like purposeful and like
Yeah.
you're doing something
Yeah.
and that
Direction.
agency
Mhm.
that means something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
my body released as in the exact same channel as trauma.
Mm.
The sense of the eye,
Yeah.
letting go of that sense of the eye was just as much of a trauma as all the other.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was interesting too because a lot of the trauma stuff has come back for one last visit where the answer is no processing the answer is, oh, there's no I there, there's no I doing it. But that only is effective at the right moment. It's not effective earlier. Earlier, you have to do the work in a very different way, or at least I did.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I did it with people was very different than that. This is the thing that a lot of non-dual teachers wish worked.
Mm.
And oh, well, you should just say there's no I. Or is there an I experience? Well, yeah, it's frozen in time. It's like you have ice cubes that need to melt before you even get to the point where, or what do you mean? Here, I had ice cubes, I had to melt before I could get to the point where I could say, oh, there's no I experiences and there's no I doing this. Before that, it's just, it is spiritual, I guess. For me.
What you're describing was the experience here. But from here, it's hard to apply causality because I can't see it in that way anymore. But as the story went, oh yeah, I needed to melt that, go through that trauma, do that, all those things. And if I tried to say there was no I or feel that there's no I, because it's like you said, you can look, I'm a doctor, like I know neuroscience, there's no center of the self anywhere. You can't find it. And you can inquire and you won't find the self. But then all the trauma that the seeming self is holding in the container starts coming out. And it is too much for the body in some way. This is a story that I'm telling, but it's sure felt that way.
It's a paradox because the apparent me exists as a flavor, as a viewpoint. And it's part of, like everything else, it's part of what it is. And if it's happening, it's supposed to be happening. There's no other choice.
Might just get back to that. Resistance is also this.
It's perfect.
People hate it when I use that word. They get very triggered because they imply that word means, like my mom just texted me, the Ayatollah was killed in Iran.
Ooh.
My mom's Iranian.
Yeah.
So for her, if I were to say, oh, you know, the Ayatollah is also part of the perfection, she would want to strangle me. But that's not what's meant, isn't it? Is it, you know,
Not perfect in the way the person,
that's right.
take.
Until you get that, there's no, pedophiles are perfect too.
Totally, right. Yeah. Epstein.
And not liking pedophiles is perfect too,
Yeah.
in the dream. So there's no reason to resist in either respect, I guess. Resist your point of view, no reason.
Yeah, perfect doesn't mean that I won't stab them.
Right.
Right. Yeah, the response in the body and the conditioning is
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like this is very judgmental. This like doesn't like certain things. This can be a big asshole.
Yeah, this is a completely unacceptable message. Like in every way, like it can't be accepted. It's impossible to accept. But there can be a hearing of it. It can be it will never be known, never be had. How can you have what's happening?
Hmm. There's a teacher that I might host. Have you heard of Karl Renz? He's a German teacher. He used to make you remember him, right? Yeah. And anything you said, he would say, too late. That was his whole thing, yeah. Too late, it already happened. Any consideration, yeah, he goes, it's too late.
I've seen him like 15 or 20 years.
No, he contacted me. He wants to be here in March, potentially.
It seems like people, when they hear this message, there's a wanting to know what's in it for me. How will this make my life better? My life, my story, how will it make it better? And that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the few times that I've ever tried to talk about it with people, it's like, well, what's the point? Like, what, like, can't.
Yeah.
so wise that you haven't tried to talk about it. I've made that mistake so many times.
Oh, yeah, I
Talk
mean,
about it.
so I think maybe the ones I came up against right away, it was like, okay, there's no point. And the way it felt trying to talk about
Yeah.
it.
It feels terrible.
It does, it like literally feels wrong.
Wrong, like there's some violation of some
Yes,
Geneva
yes.
Convention.
Yes, yeah, but I want to hear about it, and
Right.
I wanna be in this space.
Yeah.
You need to be invited in a way.
Yeah,
In a
Yeah.
way.
Openness.
yeah, invited in a way,
Yeah.
yeah.
Openness. If there's not openness, it just
I have one client I can talk to. I have one client I can talk to.
Are you a therapist?
I'm a hypnotherapist.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I did that once. I did. And the story right before I heard the message.
Oh, really?
I have to change. I'm just not okay. I paid $6,000 and after that,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, you need to raise your fee.
It was 10 sessions.
Oh,
That's still,
Yeah. It's a lot.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Anything goes from there.
No, I mean, there are people who do it.
So you had a client that you can talk.
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is, one of the things I do with people is have them turn into atoms, and it's very relaxing. And so from that kind of stuff, when people have done enough of the trauma kind of work that they're doing to overcome whatever it is they're overcoming, then you're accessing some other state anyway on some profound level. And if you're going deep enough, there's just places where maybe you can insert it. Not every, well, yeah, but especially somebody who's doing a lot of meditation and Buddhism or whatever it is, you can inject some of it. They get what they get, but they get some, there's a piece. And it's interesting. It's interesting to see that. And then, when you sit in these rooms and everybody's agreeing and saying the exact same thing over and over again. For me, the best thing about these rooms is actually, it's just the physical sensation of the vibration.
Yeah.
That's why I used to go to movies. It's like resonance.
It's a felt sense.
And that's the redeeming value, so to speak, in the story, because along my journey, I felt nurtured, very much so, with the Rupert's, I don't even want to name names on the video or anything,
Absolutely.
but all that, culture was so nurturing here, even though there was apparent search, just being in the presence of, there was something just beautiful, but it keeps, the message itself keeps the identity going, unfortunately.
It is such,
Yeah.
It's such a paradox, because it is very comforting. And I've been in those same situations with people, and it's wonderful, the feeling of community and connection and resonance that happens. But then there's something that's activated, wanting to grasp that thing, or that insight, or that clarity, or that Joriki in Zen, or that, samadhi state. Yeah.
So I'll still embrace it within its own context, because it is what it is. I mean, this is a story and an excuse, but it's going to play out the way it plays out, and relatively it feels good to serve in that way. But there is a little bit of a thing, discord here in doing that on some level. But it plays out the way it plays out. I enjoy that. I'm not fully aligned as a parent individual with that relative non-dual, I call it, message necessarily. but it's a beautiful phenomena nonetheless. So I just embrace the different angles with a preference for the radical, so to speak.
So to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how I do it. And if there's an apparent opening within that forum, beautiful. Like you know, along, and there's no causality really in actuality, but it appears in the story, right, that one thing led to another, and it actually did not, so to speak, right? That's just all moot point. It's all a moot point. But I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like there's something there to love, nonetheless. I don't know. So, and I'm not stuck on anything, but it's still playing out where I like to embrace just all angles that loosen the sense of identity even within the dream. So, that's the story. There still arises a point of view, obviously, in this dream, and the point of view life of the character seems to travel lighter, doesn't it? And I'm speaking within the story, but that seems to be like a byproduct. That's love, the character. I mean, it still moves. There's still the appearances, and it seems to clear up things relatively. It seems, but you know, if you totally buy into that, then you're buying into it, right? I guess. I don't know what I'm saying, actually.
I know exactly what you're saying, yeah.
I'm just saying there's an appearance of a byproduct of a beauty and a love for the point of view of the character that appears to arise. That seems to be a byproduct, but me saying that doesn't hold water, right?
Totally.
So I don't know. That's why I don't land anywhere. So I just.
So my wife has gone through this, and not at her will either, just by being around me and having to deal with me. And she will express it in that way. There's something about this that like this is such a love, like all the story is so amazing. And yet the minute you say it, it makes no sense from this perspective. But there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Begs the question why I keep saying it, but I do.
It's there.
Yeah.
I feel it. Yeah. For what that's worth.
Yeah.
I love what you said about it feeling just wrong in the body to talk, because I've had that experience.
I felt good when there was a lot of validation in the room. You know, it's not, it feels wrong, and I thought about that. Well, why? You know, even if I'm talking with, there's like one person who's also this resonates with, and so when I start putting things to words, sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of the time it feels wrong.
Yeah, wrong. And then sometimes it's just like there's a, like Zabi's pointing out, there's something that hears what's said, and you know it, and you know the words are just words.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel, it feels more like there's like,
Like a dance, but I know that wrong feeling, and yeah, so I make videos too, and so it's kind of like sometimes I'll say things in videos, and then right after I'm like, I want to delete that right now, but I don't, because I have this policy of not doing that, so I can see the craziness throughout time. But it's like, oh no, I was trying to make a thing out of something, and what was subtly under that? Was that validation seeking, or was it avoidance of something, and I have to feel into that, and then it just becomes this whole convoluted, and then I just forget it. the story is being read. So ground.
And sometimes I'll kick myself for getting triggered on a certain level and defending a non-dual point of view or something like that, or something like. And then after that, there'll just be. That's just the process here. There'll be kind of an openness. It's just a pattern. When there's a contraction in some way, there's a deeper reflection, so to speak, for the identity, and then there'll be an openness, and it'll realize it's a moot point again. Like anything that happened, anything you did, it's just still. It's still. Yeah. You don't need to do. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't need to take corrective measures.
I just think of those
Yeah.
things as gifts. It's like, oh, here's a spot on this that I need to
That's
watching you.
it'll just see itself. Yeah.
Zabi, do you ever feel identified? I mean, and it comes back in, because, we're creatures of the apparent world and we get affected. And I understand that's all this. But do you find yourself sometimes contracted? And I mean, I kind of know the answer, but that can arise. I understand that all arises.
And all types of
Yeah.
sensations, all types of feelings can
Yeah.
come up. But the sense of being someone, that's
So we can't even say there's a stability, because that's in the story too, but it seems all pervading ground of peace, regardless of even if a contraction arises.
there's no issue of contraction
Yeah.
or anything that arises.
So it never defaults back to when you are on the search, where you feel identified and back to that way of orientation. Or,
I can. There is a time when it seemed to, like, I call it residue.
right.
It seemed like residual certain patterns, or I don't know how to explain it. Some stuff was coming up,
Yeah.
but it was didn't have weight to it. But it didn't matter anymore. It wasn't happening to anyone.
Right.
It was just, yeah.
That's remarkable.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That flavor of what you're talking about is what's just now seemingly arising here. Like this stuff comes up, and sometimes it's surprising how an older version of this would have said, "Oh my God, this is a big deal. What's coming up is a big fucking deal." And now it's like, "Oh yeah, it doesn't have that weight, like you said, but it still does arise for me."
Like there's indifference, it's like indifference to it.
No okayness or indifference, or I don't know the word for it. To some sense, it's like you're framing. It's seen as like, okay, this is helpful in some way.
I don't like when that happens.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And probably that's a little, like when Zabi says that his experience now, there's a very subtle bit here that says, oh, I kind of want that complete relinquishment of that energy, and then that's seen, and it's like, oh yeah, that's that little residual movement of wanting something to be other than it is. Yeah.
some things are better, some things are worse.
Yeah, belief. Zabi, what is belief?
Belief.
Yeah.
It's just me not knowing some beliefs.
You said it like so quickly.
Yeah.
Perfect word.
That's obvious. What kind of question is that? That's obvious.
It's like the me energy just not knowing, so it believes.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Because no one knows what's happening.
So there was a big bang, and now I'm here as a result of evolution, and I know now.
Yeah, that knowing energy is just, a sense of solidity, like a foundation, a platform. And you can't tell that knowing energy that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It will defend its position. That's the function of it.
It's like so knee jerk and it's so that knowing energy.
Yeah.
Mm.
It seemed to be like in everything.
Yeah.
Like, I can't describe it because when it started to loosen and unravel and fall away, it was obvious that that energy was in everything. In the floor, in the chairs, on the wall, and it was feeding everything, just trying to get something out of everything in an indescribable way. I don't know how to.
As you talk about it, it's gone.
Mm.
Right here. It's like, where is that now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just you talking about it in that way
Mhm.
makes it so absurd
Mhm.
in a sense.
Yeah. It is absurd.
It is absurd. Yeah, it's hilarious actually. If it wasn't so hilarious and tragic simultaneously.
Yeah, tragic. Yeah.
They're the same thing.
Yeah, the tragedy is like searching for my ideas, suffering from that.
Not tragedy.
Yeah, even that's a label, right? The tragedy, I guess.
Sometimes when you see it, or when you experience it, when you see it, there's a compassion that really rises up for the experience in that for somebody.
That's why I think that word arises here. It's like, oh my gosh, you just see it, or you remember the story for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that really was experienced because of that resistance element. And again, that is perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's correct, exactly. But that perfection shows up as, oh God, this is miserable. And it does lead to this kind of, like the word I guess is compassion. Not the way the Buddha sees it.
The Tony Parsons say compassion kills illusion.
Compassion kills illusion.
This is compassion.
If only the me knew what was in it for the me.
Yeah. It was run.
Yeah, Jim Newman says this is what's longed for.
So in a sense, it would run and it would also run too, because it's that compassion that it's always been seeking that's so obvious in here, and it's not what it could think.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has nothing to do with
It's misdirected,
Yeah,
yeah, with its own ideas.
always about the me.
but it knows inside there's a longing that something feels not whole.
That's right.
Yeah, but it goes through it very unskillfully, apparently. Yeah. Mm.
I think it's developmental. You know how certain age an infant loses its first tooth and then it learns to walk and it gets potty trained and all these things. I feel like it doesn't happen that way exactly for everyone with whatever, but I think there's a common-ish process or something so that it's not, none of it is wrong. It's like, if it's developmental, it's never wrong.
It's funny that you say that, because my wife and I were always like, there's no such thing as awakening or any of this nonsense, liberation. It's just a middle-age crisis. That's what happens. And then you see Zabi, who's like, 15 years old, and you're like, how did he do it? That's not fair.
It does appear younger and younger these days, doesn't it? In the dream? Yeah.
Development is speeding up because of, estrogens in the environment.
It does seem that, even Tony mentioned it, at first it was all older people.
Right.
Meetings, or like elderly people, and then it started to just younger and younger.
Used to be like, years back, like a midlife crisis type thing. What's the meaning after a certain number of years living? They start questioning life and they're losing the meaning in life, and then they go on the spirit search, But now it's like in the consciousness, so to speak, more with the internet. It's being presented very early to everyone. We had to go to bookstores and stuff to search it out. And so the whole gestalt is shifting in that.
It seemed like the seeking energy was hitting a peak, or reaching I don't know, like nothing works. It's more obvious now during this time. That's nothing, you have everything you can follow or whatever. It's just all at your fingertips and just nothing works.
Right.
And that's becoming more obvious, and then you hear something like this, and it's like, it just resonates.
You're primed already from the disillusionment.
Eventually, you have a taste for blueberries, or you don't.
You mean there's some tendency in you?
Or there's people that will never have the slightest interest.
Right.
There's people where it's like, oh my God, I smell perfume.
I think in the dream there seems to be different movements, and now the non-dual is sort of taking root a little bit more. As at first glance, because of our conditioning and how we're apparently predisposed, it wouldn't be attractive. But something in the gestalt of consciousness and even love of how it's being presented energetically in the room, I feel like it's like in the dream, it feels like the next wave, but who knows? I mean, that could just be my story. But it feels like it's moving in that direction as having an attractiveness, even, realizing the attractiveness, so to speak, of this, wanting the message, so it just feels that way. I think the old spirituality is running its course to some degree.
Well, that's what people are not religious anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I did manage to destabilize both of my children quite profoundly by talking about this earlier. And they told me recently, you did that thing, you told us that thing, and I've been having nightmares, like I've been, And I took it very seriously. So tell me about it's like nothing matters, nothing is really real. This is a story. Why should I do anything? The nihilistics,
Right.
They haven't formed
Sure.
a stable identity or anything. And so then it was that thing where I felt that same thing in the body. And I was like, what the fuck was I thinking telling these kids if that was all itself, and at some point, you've been incepted. When you feel a lot of suffering, this will show up, and I'll be here to talk about it. But it is really about. I just told it's about love. It's a love for what it is, as it is.
We used to share do you have an agenda, or what's the most loving outcome? And the most loving outcome is not to tell your kids something that they can't receive and will create suffering.
That's
So,
right.
yeah.
It came from an apparent sense of love for them, like, oh, I want to believe them. This
No.
was so misguided. It was really, let me validate my own,
Right.
journey here. It was earlier on.
How old are they now?
And now they're 18 and 14, and it was just like a couple weeks ago that they told me
Oh, okay.
how destabilizing that was. And so I asked them, Mark, what do you mean destabilizing? My 18 said, well, talk to my friends about how I talk about things. Like college, why? It doesn't really, this is a total collective delusion. And I was like, part of me was quite proud as a dad, like that she's seeing through this quickly. And then part of me was like, wow, man, I was really, I don't know what I was doing there. It was not for her. Thought it was, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they were really engaged when I was telling them more about it. So this is what it was. This is why Dad was wrong to tell you, because there's something called spiritual ego that was arising. I was thinking he knew.
But you never know what anything's for, and you may have set the stage unbeknownst to you
That's right.
by mentioning it. Yeah.
And if you screwed them up, that was the karma too.
I don't beat myself up for it. It's more an interesting reflection of like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
kids are talking about having younger.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah.
I tried to take 60 seconds to describe to my daughter, and she's 36, so almost 36, and it's like she gets that it's all karma,
Yeah.
and that's a lot. I mean, because to me, getting someone to the point that it's all karma is such a relief.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I can't describe. I don't have this gift of expressing the story of what this is and how it works at all.
And it is all here, like love moves, right? So the clarity of love just acts. So it doesn't seem, it also has the agenda, I mean, it's everything, but it knows what to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It could be other than it is doing. Yeah.
It's weird, as in the same time frame that my sense of not being an I in the same way is happening. A friend of mine for the last 43 years, over the last year and a half, has come out as trans. And so she's really sinking into the I am a woman.
Right.
Yeah.
Identity.
And it's like it's really a weird come to watch that simultaneously.
Fascinating. Yeah.
And she's doing things like thinking she needs to change her voice. And it's like, oh, just you can be a woman and have that. I mean, for me politically, it's almost offensive. That it's so patriarchal to think, oh, you can't have this kind of voice as a woman.
Right. Right, it's like stereotyping
Yeah.
what a woman is. Yeah.
It's interesting how it could feel liberating on one level, because she's honoring her identity, who she really is authentically.
Well, this is
And,
the problem.
and on another level, it's another identity.
Right. Simultaneously.
Yeah,
But that's exactly what's supposed to be happening. This is
that's
not
true.
the time for her to say where is her or not.
Mm.
Or I'm just a spirit in a body, who cares? But it's just weird that it's happening, like our friendship has gotten closer over the last year or so. We've started doing these A+ passes from AMC where you get to see up to 4 movies a week, so we had a movie every week. So, she likes it because she feels safe dressing up with us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Zabi, how have your friendships or relationships evolved during all this?
Well, like you said something about both of you, just about how you try to talk about it. When I first heard this, I tried to tell everybody. That didn't work out.
Pretty universal.
The universal experience, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of, it was difficult here because something was hurt, but at the same time there was an energy that just took a hold of it and that grabbed all the concepts and understood everything. And then it was the only thing that seemed to be happening. The story shifted from my life, whatever was happening. Now the new story was non-duality,
Right.
and
Right.
I just no one to hear it, so it wasn't a good place to be.
Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah.
Yeah. It seemed important, like people had to know.
Right.
Mhm.
And then even when that fell away, there was an energy that just couldn't shut up.
Right.
But very quickly, I think very quickly, it was obvious that no one wants to hear. So, and then it was just like a burning to say something, but nothing would be said. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's very relatable.
But that was still like in the story when there was something feeling like someone, and it felt like there was something happening to me. Like and then it felt like my best friends had to know, like, hey, did you? And it was like kind of, this is happening, and you just don't get it. I'm falling away, and and this is different.
This is dying, and this is left.
Yeah,
This is going.
it was.
Yeah.
But it feels like it can't help but extend this. How could you not? Sometimes I'm coming out of my skin just wanting to share because something appears to be seen. So you have speakers, but they say there's no reason to be, whatever they say, Jim Newman, there's no reason for that. I don't know, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But it just seems to, how could it not want to extend and share something that's, clear? It seems to just naturally move that way,
It's human nature to want to proselytize,
Yeah.
and it's human nature to want to be right or share something that you
Well.
know is right when you think the other person is wrong.
I mean, is it going to just, and it may, just stay still, and that's beautiful. There is a stillness to this that doesn't need to move in some respect, but it's on the relative level, it might feel contained, doesn't it? Like that you just want to share, right? Is that your experience? You just want to. I know I'm saying it wrong, and it feels like for the person that there's a need there.
That whole drive, that whole
I get that.
want to share that.
It's not there.
Yeah.
But
So
yet
I
it seems
feel
to
when I'm
move.
asked,
I see. Yeah.
that's, if I'm asked, it's just an automatic yes. It seems.
There's a joy in sharing, though,
Yeah, there
is there not? Yeah.
there is.
Uh,
There is, but there's
mm,
there's a joy.
mm.
Also a practical benefit sometimes if you want to end the conversation. So I don't go to parties anymore, but I got invited to one I went, and someone was going on and on about something that I was zoning out. I couldn't follow anymore. And I just said, this is all nothing showing up as everything, and there's no you at all. And I knew what I was doing. And they were like, what? And I ended the conversation. And I went over to the buffet and I was like, ooh, this is pretty good. Non-duality is a weapon.
Right.
What I can convey to people is what if it's okay for you to be exactly the way you are? And that's quite enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there seems to be an innate beauty in how things play out rather than a correction or a, this is wrong, or, my ideas are different than yours. I have to prove something. It's just, and I get triggered. There's a guy on Facebook that's kind of cultish to me with the Course in Miracles. He's like cultish. He made it into like a cult from my.
Or just like one guy who's a cultist? I mean, all of them seem to be.
It is. It's like a fundamentalist thing.
Oh, wow.
No, I agree with you. I mean, it has a cultish thing to it, but it triggers me a little bit, and then I realize, no, it's just beautiful how how it's playing out. It's just the beauty of this phenomena, how it's playing out, and that's love. Taking a position, it's also love, but it doesn't always feel like it. So it's interesting not to come from a point of view in that respect, and appreciate, because he's not doing it wrong. He's not doing it against an apparent you. That's the default. It's like as if he's doing something to you. And it was great when I could love him. It was just amazing in that way. Yeah.
In a sense, we're talking from the dream state. Not maybe not even in a sense. I think this is like, how do you live in this, which is great.
Mhm.
And there's just the radical,
And that arises similarly, not that you have an agenda, but
exactly.
it arises as an openness.
That's right.
Yeah. A beautiful openness.
Meanness is
wild.
that there's chairs, floor, light,
Yeah.
sound. It's known. When it's known, it's dead. And it's just like, it's a room. I know I'm sitting in the room. What? That knowing hides the aliveness that this is. Just sitting and speaking and seeing is aliveness. It is the love that's longed for, sitting in the chair. But it can't be had. It's useless, it's meaningless, it's valueless. But that is the beauty. It just can't be said.
And yet,
It is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
quickly transmitted from nothing to nothing.
Yet there's an obviousness somehow.
Yeah, everyone knows this. Like it's like childlike wonder. It's like a remembering back to being a child. Not in that way, not really remembering and not really knowing, but that's another way to say it.
Mm-hmm. It's the default, so to speak. Mm-hmm.
And me lives in the real, and that's very dissatisfying. It just knows the real, and it just knows its life, it knows itself, it knows where it's going. going, doesn't know where it's going, it knows where it came from, and it lives in that. It can't see the unreal, because it's apparently a room, but it's nothing appearing as a room. It can't see it's real and unreal simultaneously. It can't know the unreal. It just lives in real, and that's dissatisfying.
I don't know what you mean by real and unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you're ascribing to them.
Oh, this is real and unreal. Like this room.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, it's just appearing. It's an appearance of nothing. Like it's not coming from anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
Well, where's the dissatisfaction?
When me knows, if there's an energy that says, I know this is a room, I've been here before. This is Berkeley. This is my life. This is a real story. It's a continuum. I'm headed somewhere. That energy can be dissatisfying in itself. It's a agitation, unease, dis-ease a little bit. It's just, yeah. What's
Why?
next? Wow. That's just how it is. That's just that. And when it arises, it's just the sense of it. It's not wrong. It's not bad. It's just, it wants something else. It needs to find something. It wants to go. It wants to continue. It's constant movement. It's constant.
Yeah, but does it really want something else in that particular moment?
Or later, or just whenever. It's just always. It's always doing something. It's always knowing its position.
But just to get a little, it's really not wanting something else, because that's also what it is. Like, but I'm just getting stupid about it. In other words, it is what it is. Even wanting something else, I don't know, is just this.
Yeah, there's only.
That loses its meaning too, wanting something else.
You know what's really sad? When popular culture has taken it is what it is.
Turned
And
into
there
a
is this
business
mass-
cliche.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so profound and yet
Yeah.
pervasive. It's just interesting.
If you stay at the meeting, you get slapped now. It's such a cliche. But there is something like if there's a belief that this is real, like this is solid, this is what is, this is exactly as it appears, solid and persistent. That just has a feeling of suckiness.
It does.
Whereas the other simultaneous knowing, and this is just me,
Mm-hmm.
zooming about this, but if it is actually just this radiant, unknown, and it can also, I can call it a charity.
Yeah.
Oh, it's infinite possibility, or I don't even know how to talk about it. It's love in a sense, or it's a radical okayness that there's nothing to do with it. It's just as it is. At least here, I could see how I remember a little the energetic sensation of thinking this is real and it's never good enough.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
That's
more
it,
of,
Yeah,
more
more
of it.
or less of, yeah.
Exactly.
And it reminds me, like as you say it, it's like, it feels similar to the feeling like when you were saying like you're in everything. It's almost like you're saying the same thing a different way.
Yeah.
I think I understand now. Yeah, it's like almost like you're invested in this thing in a way. I don't know how to say it.
It is investment.
It's an investment in the solidity and the reality of it that is never going to pay a dividend. In some sense.
Yeah.
You know?
It will never land somewhere. That energy wants to land. You're like, okay, this is okay. I get it. That's it. All right, now I can rest. Now I'll be okay. I can go about my life. That doesn't happen. It will never be. Now I can go about my life. Now it's gonna be good. From now on, it's good. That doesn't happen. Just that what can happen, seemingly, is that whole movement can stop. The movement for something.
Because there's nothing for it to move for
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
So that's
Yeah, it's nowhere to go.
profound at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why this is not an understanding. Like that energy lives in understanding. It feels like understanding and knowing and knowledge is going to be the key to its freedom or to wherever it's headed. If anything, we're just speaking about loss. The loss of that whole structure, reality.
Yeah, I think that's what my youngest felt. She felt grief.
Mm-hmm.
This is not, I always had, she told me, I always thought this wasn't what I thought.
She said that?
Yeah, she's closer to birth, you know, when
Mhm.
this was going on. She was maybe 11.
Mm-hmm.
And she was quite clear. She's like, it's like in the Matrix, we're just like an avatar. There's nothing really underneath it. And I've always felt that way. And now you're telling me that's true?
Mm.
And I was like, let me just backtrack for a second. You know? My wife's yelling at me for giving her nightmares.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've experienced grief every step of the way.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It's like heartbreak again and again.
Yeah. 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 Same like that. For a lot. It doesn't have to be a lot.
Yeah. Some people it's a huge relief because there was so much suffering.
Yeah. Yeah. The heartbreak and the crying here and the grief was such a release.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it really was.
For me, I think it's been an adaptation. It's just like, oh, I need I need a couple of days here to adjust to whatever I thought was true isn't true anymore. Dang.
Disillusionment. In a sense, for me, some of that was disillusionment with speakers, certain speakers, just letting that go and seeing that that was another thing I was trying to make real, or that trying to know, trying to understand.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. So in a sense, here, what had to happen was almost an aggressive rejection of it. That's how it showed up. Even knowing it was exactly perfect and needed to show up when it showed up. But then just the utter just going, no, that's nonsense. And then feeling sad, like feeling the grief of that. Oh,
On some level, it's nonsense, and on some level, attending these teachers, these speakers, is the dynamic is underlying anything you could consider about it. That's kind of how I see it.
yeah.
So I could say, oh, this teacher, he's in the story and it's all crap, right? But even unbeknownst to the teacher and everything, there's something energetic because there's this longing, right? And regardless of the words from the teachers and how it's being expressed, that seems like crap. There's some kind of love going on, in my mind, regardless, and a presence to that. So even though the speaking doesn't lend to an alignment of this, I've still been nurtured. It kind of transcends the very words and where they're coming from somehow. Because underneath, we really long for this. And when there's an openness, so to speak, it'll see, regardless of what seems like an obstruction in the path. Just some redeeming values, I would say. Hmm.
the death of the seeker.
Mhm.
Did you know where it should be?
Right.
It's like the death of everything,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like everything within, you know.
Mm.
The seeker isn't enough. It's in an instant state of I'm not enough.
Yeah, I've never been to one of these meetings with any radical flavor.
Oh, radical.
Hanging out with like Suzanne or
Right.
these guys, and it's got a resonance that's. So I know what you're talking about. Like you sit with other groups or in a meditation all over the years. And there's a certain, you're right, that longing resonates with something that's not even spoken yet. This is overt.
Yeah, and I love it. That's why
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I find this most impactful of
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
It's just so direct and
It's direct.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of nice when the language matches up with, with the directness of this. That helps. Seems to, apparently, but not really. Which is remarkable.
I'm kind of hesitant to say this, but I'll say it anyway.
Say it.
It's missing.
I won't.
Just the saying.
I won't take
that
any
comes up-
offense.
Just the saying that came up after you. It's like it says, when two or more gather in my name, I will be there.
Right.
It's a man named Jesus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I feel like he was talking about not I, like him. What is?
What is?
When two or more gather in my name, I will be there.
Mm.
I feel like, yeah.
Mm. Having said it from the earth that men do not see it.
Is there something energetically, and I know there's not essentially different when two more or more gathered? It feels that way here. Like when there's like
I feel like in
just
my-
energetically a reciprocity as this.
I feel like
Not-
it's different in the life, like in person, than let's say on Zoom or something, or watching a
So-
YouTube video. It seems to be different.
You could feel a difference energetically.
In a room over watching YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, it's an observation.
Does anything feel,
Makes a lot of sense.
does it feel accentuated on some relative sense, just where two or more are gathered?
But
Just like a palpable,
yeah, palpable, yeah.
more palpable, like somehow? Okay.
You use the word like physical almost as a word I like. It's just so imminent.
Mhm.
It's like is there some kind of reaffirmation when it's seen in the apparent other as the, I don't know. I don't know. What? I don't know. It's like, I'm just going to make up a story. It's like awareness relatively recognizes itself in another, and something beautiful, something palpable and energetically is seen in that, as that alignment. It just feels very reflective somehow. I don't know. Okay.
It's simpler.
Yeah.
It's like a logo psilocybin or something.
True. Everything, it's like all story. It is simpler.
No one knows what they're gonna say
Mm-hmm.
what actions are going to be done. But me is certain. I'm in control. I have no idea what the next thought is going to be, what the next movement's going to be.
It loves giving scenarios to me, you know, and if this, then that.
It's an embodied sense of control. It's a tension. It's tension. It's not control. It's just tension. It's impossible for there to be a doer that's pulling the strings inside of a body. But this is completely unequivocal. You know, with that energy, we get a hold of this and then walk outside and be like, I'm not doing this.
Right.
This body mind is
Yeah.
I call it speaking non-dualish.
Not doing it.
Sort of like saying there is no one, but there would have to be a someone in the first place to say there's no one.
Yeah.
Right? So it's
Yeah, no one knows there's no one. No one will ever know there's no one.
right.
You can't say anything about this. You can't say it's not actually stuff.
Yeah.
Even that you can't say it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like you can't know and it's like, well, what is no one?
Yeah, what is that?
So-
Yeah. That don't even make sense
Doesn't
anymore.
make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a total blackout.
It's so ridiculous in a way. I remember when I first heard this, it's like that energy of being Zabi wanted to not be Zabi. It's like, how does that even
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Feeling. It's almost a kind of self-hatred. That energy kind of turns in on itself. It wants itself to change. It's like a masochistic kind of movement. That's just a way of speaking. It's not really like.
How could there be a story, like a real story? Where is it?
Hmm.
Like our birth. What is that? When did that happen? How did that happen? Did that happen? I can't find it. I can't even find how it could have happened.
Remember as a kid, like, asked my mom at like 5 years old, like, Mom, how are we right and everyone else is wrong? We talk about religion, you know, like, so we're right and then everyone else is, you know, just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Same
And
with
then
us.
another thought
Me
that came
too.
up, a thought that came up after that, I remember this, I didn't say this, but I remember thinking, like, hey, but that means the other person is thinking they're right and everyone else is wrong. It's just something didn't feel
Yeah.
right. That was set up.
And for me, that led to a kind of militant scientism and atheism, like a different belief had to come into place to replace that belief.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, well, there's no God. Religion is bullshit and all that. And that was another position
Yeah.
to defend
Yeah.
until I couldn't anymore. It didn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, when the sense of separation is not there anymore, nothing replaces it.
Hmm.
It's not replaced with a no separation. Because there is no separation of something.
No, and seeking earlier on as things resonate that there wants to be an experience of no separation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And so you're looking for no separation and trying to reify it and make it real.
Just
Just
trying to
like
like imagine what that's like
Right.
so that you can know when you're there. And
Yeah.
right. Like earlier when Zabi said there are no people, the seeking mind would go, so let me try to generate a sense
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we're all one thing. And it's not like that at all.
Yeah.
The typical definition of oneness with these religions, it's a relative oneness.
Right.
Like even though I think of the Baha'i faith,
Right.
for some reason that just comes to mind.
Right.
All oneness, like separate people buying into the idea of separate people that are one.
That's right. It's a dualism. Which is
Yeah. But there's little hints in the Matrix, right? Glitches in the Matrix in the story that lend to question, this doesn't make, this doesn't make sense.
like what you experience.
Like what, I was just gonna say, why is it this? I mean, it doesn't fit together. Ultimately, it doesn't make sense. You could see little loopholes.
I remember being at the mosque and I think the teacher or whatever, Ivan, he said something about, yes, you have to eat with your right hand. God says eat with your right hand. And I was like, what if you're left-handed? And I'm like, none of this shit made sense to me.
It's punishing left-handed people.
Then I got a haircut, a fade, and then one of the kids was like, oh, that's wrong. You can't get this fade haircut. I'm like, rules and what? I don't get it. Just wasn't okay. It didn't sit right.
The Jewish religion, and I'm not religious, I mean, I was born Jewish, apparently. The rules, when I looked into that, there's like 263 rules the Orthodox Jews abide by. It seems so, and I'm looking from the outside, I'm reading into it, so it's hard to say what their experience is, but it seems so mechanical to me from my end. They might just be tuning in as a love of God, and that's their expression, I don't know.
So
But-
it's funny, I have a friend who's like a prominent physician, like head of Kaiser and all this, and he's an Orthodox Jew, even
Yeah.
though he's such a science-based guy. And so I had dinner with him, I'm like, what's the deal there? Like, you keep kosher on Saturday, you do all this. And he said, honestly, it's a fear of not having something to know. And by knowing that it's what you're talking about, by knowing that I can do these things and that will make things okay, there's a huge sense of relief. It's a kind of denial of the unknown. And I was like, hey, if that works for you to get through the story, then that's great. But yeah, hear it. It was, oh wow, yeah, we just want to know. We want to make it solid. Don't eat pork, you'll be okay.
Safe.
It's their way of finding alignment because things are in discord and they need to find some semblance of wholeness, believe it or not, and relatively that makes it feel more complete in their minds.
Yeah.
They're looking for wholeness in the wrong ways dualistically by finding an alignment by something they could know so they could be relieved of this suffering duality, if that story makes sense. So it's like unskillful ways relatively to find wholeness in something you know.
I was just brought up me thinking like that we're also like seemingly living in rules all the time. Like we go when it's green, we move when the light turns green, we wait and it all maybe boils back to safety, whether you're like in a church or driving down the road following the order of.
There's like a
Like, is there a
consensus.
difference? Like, I don't know. Like,
Right.
there is,
That's a
right?
great
Like, it's
point.
all.
It's like consensus reality keeps everybody safe in some sense if we obey the different rules.
Mm-hmm.
That includes the rule to not question consensus reality
Mm-hmm.
because that's the least safe thing. That's why this message is like, no way. When the first laugh at you, then first they ignore you, they laugh at you, then they ignore you, then they fight you, then you win. And it's like, yeah, they've been laughing for a long time at this because it's just hilarious. I mean, it's absurd to the consensus.
I think it's orientation. I mean, we're speaking all story now, right, for fun. I think it's orientation relatively of what's conditioned to be appealing, and I do feel the movement of non-duality, so to speak, will have its appeal when the gestalt of the consciousness shifts in that way. It'll see it as something beautiful and not something threatening to the ego. I don't know. It's just how I feel the story is going to start playing out. We had this shift when the whole creating your reality thing. I mean, that's been around forever, even in early 1900 texts, but then it got a movement with, what was it? The Secret, and
Simulation theory in the science set.
and quantum physics. And that was like sort of a different wavelength and a movement that wouldn't have been accepted just prior to that in quite that way, kind of new agey, had a movement to it. I think the non-duality will be, there'll be a movement of awareness of and openness to it, and just I don't know. Like Zen has some overlap, like Zen Buddhism, and that has a giant following, and they speak about spaciousness, and so. I don't know. I'm going into storyland, sorry guys.
Zen, I had to disabuse myself of Zen because I felt the most kinship to that particular what I was seeking.
Right.
Just finally realizing, oh my God,
It's also,
this is almost worse because
yeah.
they give you the recipe. I just sit, do these particular.
That's true.
But there's a clarity, like you were saying, there's a clarity underneath of the transmission when you sit with those guys.
Oh.
It's like, whoa.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And the teaching talks about spaciousness, so there's something in that respect. But the ritual of it is.
Or if you read like old Dogen and stuff, the way he talks, it's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's right on.
Yeah. No trace of enlightenment remains, and there's no trace continuum. So it's like, oh yeah, nothing.
Yeah, it's there in the old texts, Tao Te Ching, and things like that. I find it fascinating talking about it as well, like, not as a removal, but just a love of how all this unfolds. It's just fascinating, isn't it? Maybe not for you, but yeah. But not to go off on a tangent of identity, for sure.
Trying to find what already is.
Desperately. And putting it in a proverbial future.
Here, just the sense that there is a position to the seeing, the felt, embodied sense that I am seeing. When that seemed to happen, it was just dis-ease. It was just discontent. Just the sense of there's something seeing something else. It's automatic searching. The searching comes out of that. And also you gotta protect what's in here because the sense is there's something here.
What a relief.
And there's like a cosmic joke component that arises when you start laughing.
And if you look in the stories, it's just amazing all the identities that this whole apparent billion, which it's not billion people, that's just like an illusion on some level. It's all here. But apparently, I don't know, in the, just to see this reality so subscribed to this ideal of identity and I'm me and the searches and all that. It's just, it pops up like just this whole, it's just mind-boggling, this whole relative reality and what's going on, and fragmented, right? Fragmentation, which results in apparent wars in Iran and all this fragmentation. It's just weird that that is in that way. It's remarkable. And it goes to show that it doesn't matter the numbers, the apparent numbers don't give it more credence. You know, just like even Hitler, a lot of people followed that. You know, it doesn't give it any credence. The numbers don't mean anything. How many people feel a certain way or anything like that. Yeah. And just to note, there's no actual end time, which is the beauty of this. They give me license to go on as long as we want. But if you have a cutoff point, it's probably around 2 hours now. It's up to you.
Oh, really? Wow,
Yeah.
it's 1:10.
It's 1:10. Is anyone else hungry?
It's timeless.
It's funny, my family just ordered DoorDash, those assholes. I was like, well, who's texting me?
Just a little after 1:30, I just have to be on the road to work.
Oh, okay. So you got to leave at 1:30 or so. Yeah, sure.
So I go to
F-
Austin City across the bridge. Probably just in case, maybe 45 minutes.
Where are you?
Oh, in 20 minutes. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah. No,
I thought you were talking
okay.
about a good job.
Yeah.
We're gonna be competing for the same lane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing the same way. Are you at a restaurant out there?
No, a different spot.
Yeah, oh, yeah, right.
Oh.
I mean, I do this, I dox myself all the time.
But no, it's I got out of the restaurant thing. I'm somewhere else, but then I still do the restaurant Mondays off. So I have two things going.
Oh, nice. It's a lot of hustle.
Yeah, I got paid off. I have a loan. So I'm trying to get it. So after the loan's done, I'll
Hell
start the
yeah.
restaurant.
See, the relative world, we still gotta play in it.
Yeah.
And that's it, this is it.
Yeah. Paying bills happen.
Yeah. Yelling at the kids for ordering DoorDash. That's gonna happen.
I mean, it happens effortlessly.
Yeah.
Here there was the illusion that there was what's the word? Someone's keeping it together or managing it. That's
And either doing a good job of it or not.
Yeah.
That's the worst, it's like, oh, I'm doing a shitty job of this.
it's never good enough for that energy.
Yeah.
Even when everything's going apparently right, or there's still something just like
Core unworthiness
Yeah.
engine constantly driving. Yeah.
Which it's not enough because it's not.
It can't be.
It doesn't exist.
it'll never be.
And enough doesn't exist, so it's just,
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
the thing. Like,
It's just that just
you can't say, oh, I'm worthy.
yeah.
You say, well, unworthiness and worthiness, like,
Right.
what are you talking about? That's the only realization. it seems.
It's empty.
That's a loaded word.
Yeah.
Anytime we talk about emptiness,
The mind loves to define this as nihilism. I get that a lot from even friends that are into non-duality. Don't like, I'll say it on here, Jim Newman or whatever. Oh, that's nihilism. It's denial of, you know. But
That has to
it's
be
not.
from that energy.
Right.
Because that energy, it is nihilism. It's like,
Right.
when you're saying there's everything that I want and believe and need is not,
Right.
that's nihilistic.
Mm-hmm.
You're negating all of that.
And nothingness is a big catchword too that
Yeah.
kills them. You know, they think it's not the nothingness. They think,
It is
you know,
misunderstood all the time.
yeah,
Completely.
nothing. It's the dualistic nothingness.
Right.
And that's why you hear a lot of nothing and everything, right? That's just another way of trying to, yeah,
But it's like the word empty, I get the use of it because it almost feels like it's like the unloading of knowledge or the like if you have to use word, it's like an unload, it feels like emptier or something.
Yeah. You could say I emptied out even though that's
Yeah.
totally paradoxical and
Yeah.
story-like, but that's what it feels like. That left, that's gone.
Almost the physical sense of it too, if it's.
Right, physically, yeah. As Zabi said, it's about loss. It's like, yeah. So we use the word empty.
Yeah, well, no word is never gonna be right, so might as well use the wrong one.
Yeah, exactly. What else are you gonna do? Make up something. Gloriflack.
Yeah, can't say. How do you say everything?
and we can't get this right.
Can't get it wrong.
Yeah.
How do you have a life? That don't make sense anymore. Having a life. My life. That is the reality for that sense of separation. It owns life. Separate from everything else. There is only life. Life happening. This is that. Life happening. Body happening, talking happening, seeing happening.
And there's so much intimate subtleties of connections with loved ones. That comes up for me a lot. That makes you feel like you have a intimate relative life. That's a rough one sometimes, the loved ones.
Here
in this
it's
story.
more.
Yeah, it,
Now it's more.
of course, yeah,
Yeah, that there's
that's true.
no two.
Yeah,
It's
true.
paradoxical in a sense.
Yeah,
But there's no ownership of those,
Yeah.
mm,
and they're not for me. Which that is very disconcerting when you talk as a parent, say, to another parent. Oh, your kids are going to college, aren't you going to be, sad about the empty nest or this or that? It's like, these are not my children. Like, nothing changes, and yet, yeah, maybe sadness will come, but I'm not sitting here going, oh my God, I'm going to have an empty nest because they are leaving me. And yet, the precious of all of it is like obvious. Precious meaning, oh, this is, wow, how did this even happen?
mm. The gift of life seems to be more appreciated as a byproduct, it seems. Just this gift feels like,
In loveness.
if I could say it that way. Yeah. Speaking in the story again, but unconsciously we just go through mechanically, typically in life. But this immediacy, the blossoming of the gift of this, that just seems to go hand in hand for me.
You can't help but infuse the story in a certain way of speaking. That's a very wonky way to say that. I would take it back, but there's no time travel. So it was also exactly right.
Even that was exactly right.
It's an infinitely rare brightness.
Hmm. Mhm. 10 minutes to 1:30 if you want to hang around. Till then. The silence is nice too. Kind of relatively feels like a reset button, like childlike wonder.
Reset, yeah.
Yeah.
Factory
Factory reset.
reset.
Mm. Is there a recognition of similarities relatively when you were a child before all the stories came in? Just this raw enjoyment and aliveness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this isn't about anything. That's
I know.
fucking freedom. That's
Mm.
there's no. How could this be about something? Just appearing. You see birds flying. It's not about anything.
Mm.
Fish in the water. It's not about anything. The humans. Oh, we're here to whatever.
I get that, seeing it directly, but to make that blanket, sometimes I'm just going to make devil's advocate. The intricacies of this, the bird flying and the nuances and even the quantum physics of it and all the intricacies, it almost doesn't seem like it could be boxed in it's just this immediacy somehow. Sometimes I grapple with that, but it is.
Take apart the appearance, but energy just takes everything apart.
It feels like there's a relative intelligence because it's so divinely intelligent and intricate. The connections, the tapestry that's weaved, it just seems like there's in vast intelligent otherness involved in some way. And I can't, that's my biggest argument for the story, is how it's set up so beautifully and intricately, apparently. But the direct seeing, it's just very black and white. It's just this immediacy. Yeah.
Where it's like to who? Like the beautiful, like the,
Yeah, me tries to own the beauty in it.
like the intricacy and the,
Hmm.
I get what you're saying,
It's just mind-boggling that this appearance could arise with that level of apparent vast connectedness, you know, and to just call it this immediacy. That's just a little argument. And I get when this immediacy is seen, it's a moot point. Even that's, you know, it's not either or. I could see that at the same time. It's not like one displaces the other. This immediacy still holds, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like for me, it's gone in reverse. So that's how I used to see it.
Yeah.
Or at least
It's-
that's how it felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like I still see it that way. I'm playing.
But yeah, even
Yeah.
the way you're describing the story might have been like reality for me.
Yeah.
But it's funny, as you're talking, I'm looking at this is dumb simple.
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
oh my God, like how did I complexify this? It's
Wow.
yeah, which is strange because I'm a complexifier, at least this movement of mine.
Right.
And yeah, it's actually a big relief because there was always that living in how is that bird moving through the lift is going on in those wings.
Mm.
Blue is such a rare color in nature, so what kind of refractory pigments is in that bird? What a divine, manifestation. And that was beautiful, actually, quite beautiful. There's a little grief actually for the loss of that because what it is now is just like
Yeah.
Mm.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Immediacy.
yeah, just total immediacy, like dumb simplicity of like this.
Yeah. That cannot be denied, right?
Not having a scientific mind. None of that occurred to me ever.
It actually is, yeah, it really can be to not have all that conditioning. It almost feels like dementia for me because I'm so used to this constant machination. And now it's like, what happened to that? Where did that go?
Is there a love of the exploration within the dream still? There must be.
Yeah,
The fascination
there's
with,
still a fascination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not wrong.
And
That's
a
speak.
reverence, a kind of subtle reverence by no one. It's just like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah.
How is this?
Miracles were-
Does the question still come up, how is this happening in the dream or no?
So, yeah, no.
Oh.
Yeah, which is strange. Is that ontological question, like, how is this even happening?
Well, not the ontological question, but just exploring avenues in how this, it's like, let's say quantum physics. It's fascinating, even in the appearance, these discoveries.
So I enjoy watching like YouTube videos about quantum physics and the
Yeah.
kind of science, but I see it as all a story. So it doesn't have the reality making that it used to have.
Okay.
Oh, that explains why Jupiter spins in this way. It's like,
Mm.
oh, that's a great spin. Clouds of Jupiter spin this,
Uh,
or electromagnetic fields or whatever. Yeah. But that was not.
There's not the impetus to pursue those avenues?
Nah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just
Maybe I
curious.
burned it out as, for
Mm.
a person back in the day, or maybe that's just how this is showing up now. It's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no choice in that, with that being gone,
Mm.
coming here to the meeting apparently. It's just, no one chooses. It's just what comes out.
Mm.
It's freedom, and freedom looks like this.
I'm amazed that it appears to be obvious over there, as like just so obviously predominant, what you're speaking.
Yeah, there's no movement needed. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just simple.
Mm.
It's all of it.
And I'm amazed because it's seen here in the apparent dream in waves. You know, there's just, it seems to be varying degrees where it's obvious here. Also, I'm like, oh, you know. And then it's always clear, but not always lived, like, so to speak, you know. And,
Well,
but it's always, and it's never known. I get that, yeah. It's never even known. But I don't know.
Maybe the final thing.
I just don't know.
Oh, wasn't anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you, everyone. You're welcome, and YouTube Live, thank you. I'll shut this off.
Okay, now we can tell the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty